Hi everyone, it's Claire back again. So this is part 3 of my Compare and Destash bright blues, but these are all different finishes. So jellies, flakies, hollows, shimmers. There's even some speckled and glitters, all different types of finishes, but in bright blue. I've got quite a few of them. They're going to fill up this swatch wheel, so let's make a start. So I'm going to start with the shimmers first, and then I'll move on to the flaky blues, but I just wanted to show you what I've got on my nails at the moment. On this hand is the very pretty cornflower. It's a mini from Primark, and cornflower. It was only 60p. This was sent to me for a comparison, and I've been wearing it for about 4 days. I need to take it off. But what I did last night on this hand was just top it with one of the Catrice Galactic Glow. I just wanted to see if something with a completely different base, what it would look like. And I actually really like that effect. So yeah, these are so versatile, these toppers from Mrs. Cronall. So thanks again, Kat. Let's have a look at the shimmers then. So this is a very popular China glaze. This is Pearl Jamming, and it's more of an icy blue, but it's got this bright pink gold flash in here. And this is one of my favourite China glazes. I think it was probably in the top 18 for 2018, definitely. I just absolutely love this polish. Hopefully you can see that shimmer there just on the first coat. So it's pale, but it's bright. And next up is one of the Trendy Ups, and this has got a very, very subtle shimmer. I don't think you'll even be able to see that on the nail, but it is there. And this is number 100. This was sent to me by Anna. And it's a very pretty, again, a kind of cornflower blue, sky blue. But it's actually quite a sheer formula, so this one needs to be built up. So that's Trend It Up, number 100. And then this one here is an old bottle of Ada's Nails. This is how the bottle shapes used to be. And this one is called Taking a Dip. I think you can still get this, it's part of the core line. And again, it's got a very, very subtle shimmer in there, if you can see that. But it is a great cornflower blue. So that is Taking a Dip, but I don't think you can really see the shimmer in there. You'd have to look very, very closely. And this one here is Rave New World, which is one of the limited time, limited edition Sinful Colours. And this has got a subtle pinky gold shimmer. So this is Rave New World, and this is much more of a kind of tipping into the Robin's Egg blue. I think there might be something wrong with this swatch wheel. I just kind of fished it out the back of the cupboard. But that is Rave New World, and I think you can see that shimmer. Just about, it looks very subtle there, but it is visible. And then this one here is such a beautiful shimmer. This is kind of very, very finely milled flakes, but maybe I should have put it in the flaky section, but to me it gives it more of a glowy shimmer. And this one's called Lit from Illyrian. And again, I remember this being quite sheer when I tried it, but it's very buildable, and it is a beautiful, beautiful finish, and you really, really can see that shimmer on the nail. So that's Lit from Illyrian. So that's the 5 bright shimmers. So I'm going to move on to the flakies. So multichrome flakes are probably one of my favourite finishes in a nail polish ever. I think they're just completely enchanting, and if you can get a sort of duochrome aspect to it as well. So there are 2 polishes here, one from Prism And this one here is from Ada's Nails. This one is Not Now Arctic Puffin. And I have got a full size one of this that I'm going to send over to Polish Pony at some point when I can figure out how. And this one is Tesla from the Bright Ideas collection. They both have that finely milled, crushed, flaky, but they also both have that duochrome aspect. So the prism is much paler. It's more of an icy blue, but it's still very bright on the nail. And this one is Tesla. And this also has a kind of goldy pink, crushed, flaky, just absolutely beautiful. I love this polish. That's Tesla. Then this one here is a polish for days. I've got about 4 or 5 polish for days now, and I absolutely love all of them. They're fantastic with flakes. So this is Liar, and it's from Polish for Days and Oki collaboration. And this is such a beautiful polish. Slightly bigger multi-chrome flakes, but it's got this beautiful pinky glow. So that's Liar from Polish for Days. And then a little bit darker but still a bright blue. This is Cirque Colours, and this is Lapis Lazuli. I've got another polish called Lapis Lazuli that's a bright H&M, one of Catherine's favourites, which is a dupe for Pacific Blue. So this one's a little bit deeper, but those gold flakes, oh, they're just absolutely beautiful on the nail. So that's Lapis Lazuli from Cirque Colours. And finally, this is more of a darker blue, but there's just something about it that gives it a kind of brightness. There's a very soft pink shimmer in here, as well as all of those multi-chrome flakes. And this is from last year's autumn collection. This is a prototype, which is why it says Clare 3. But it was actually called, I think it was called Pony Surprise. I'll put the name, but it was in honour of Polish Pony. I should remember the name really, shouldn't I? This is a beautiful flaky polish with a matte finish, so it's really unusual. It's called Pony's Sapphire, and it's from the autumn collection from last year, and they all had these beautiful flaky matte finishes. Just love those flakes. So I'm going to move on now to the bright blue holographics, and I've got 4 of them here that are very similar colour categories. So let's have a look. This first one here is Mahalo at Me, and this was from that terrible Paradise collection. They just had 1 holographic, and it was just before the OMG collection came out, which was all holographic. So it's one of those flat China glaze holographics. So that's Mahalo at Me. And this one here is Over the Moon from Colour Club, and this is a very strong holographic flare. It is a little bit darker, and it's got a much better formula. These two are quite similar. They're both Ada's Nails. This one's got a really strong holographic, and it's First Frost from the Christmas collection. And this one here is Margaret's Tranquility, and hopefully you can see this one's also got an extra kind of purpley flash in there. So let's have a look at First Frost. I'm running out of space to hold the swatch wheel. So this is First Frost, which is a super holographic, kind of icy winter blue. And then this one here is the beautiful Margaret's Tranquility, and this is from the Nail Ninjas collection. So this is a tribute to Margaret, Mama Yoda, and actually it looks a little bit paler. So even though this is cheering me up, even though they all look very similar in the bottle, the bright holographics are actually quite a bit different on the nail. The shades are very different. We'll see on a second coat, but that's the 4 holographics. And then finally I've got some bright blue glitters and metallics. So let's start with the glitters. This one here is a speckled polish, and I absolutely loved wearing speckled polishes this Easter. And this one is called Duck, and this is probably going to be one of my favourites in 2019 favourites at the end of the year. This is a really pretty speckled thing, I would say, of all the speckled polishes that I wore. Look at that, it's got a weird yellow tinge at the end. But of all the speckled polishes that I wore this year, I think these ones were probably my favourites. So that's Duck from Model's Own. And then we have this amazing Cuccio. This is called Illumination, and I bought this because I thought it was going to be very similar to Essie's on a silver platter. And it is comparable, but it's also got this beautiful pink flash in there. So that is Illumination. Very, very bright blue glitter. And then 2 metallics left. This one here is Frostbite from China Glaze. This is a bit of a classic, and it took me a while to get hold of this. I think I only picked this up last year, and it is a beautiful bright blue metallic. I absolutely love Frostbite. I'm holding this wheel in an awkward way. And then this one here is Dolores, and this is a beautiful metallic scattered holographic with silver glitters. It's just absolutely beautiful. It's like silver flakes, and I loved wearing this polish when this trio came out. I think this is probably my favourite of the 3. So there we go, that's the first coat on everything. So I'm going to do a second coat, and we can come back and see if I'm going to be destashing any of these 18 bright blue polishes with all of these different finishes. Okay, so here we go. We've got a second coat on everything. Just look how beautiful all that matte flaky polish is. Let's start with, where are we? Where did we start? There we go. That's Pearl Jam in China Glaze. So I'm going to do this very quickly. And in my mind, I've got maybe a third of these polishes to destash. So let's see. China Glaze Pearl Jamming, I'm definitely keeping, one of my favourites. But I am going to destash all 3 of these creams here. So that's Trend It Up, Ardous Nails, Skinny Dipping. I would only really keep this for a kind of vintage reason, because I know I can get this again if need be. And this one here is Rave New World from Sinful Colours. And it's just that I have got these shades in the creams and you can't see the shimmer in them. So these 3 are going. But I am going to keep Lit from Illyrian. I almost didn't, because I thought, well, I can achieve that effect by using the topper. But actually I do love this polish, so I'm going to keep it. But I am going to destash the Prism polish, the mini, just because I just don't think I would reach for it, and I've got other similar multi-chromes that I prefer to this one. But I am definitely going to keep Tesla. That's a beautiful robin's egg bright blue with that multi-chrome shift, with that kind of multi-chrome flaky, crush flaky shift. I love it. I will also be keeping the Polish for Days. It's got a beautiful, beautiful pink glow on top of all of those crushed flakes. I'm also going to keep these 2, which is the Cirque Colours, Lapis Lazuli and Pony's Sapphire. Absolutely love this polish. And then we've got the 4 holographics. So of the 4, I'm definitely going to keep the Colour Club Halo Hue. This one's a little bit darker and it is a strong holographic. That's First Frost from Arders Nails. And this one is the beautiful Margaret's Tranquility, that you can never pick up the shift in that, but it's got a beautiful pinky glow. I'm hoping that you can see that, but it is very, very pretty. And it's part of the Nail Ninjas collection. I will not be destashing this one, Margaret, but I am going to destash the China Glaze Mahalo at Me, just because I think I've got something very similar in the OMG collection, and it's too much like in shade. It's very similar to the Colour Club, but the Colour Club is definitely better. So I'm going to be destashing Mahalo at Me, Mahalo at Me. And of the four that we've got left here, I'm definitely going to keep Duck. I absolutely love this speckle polish. But the Cuccio Illumination, I mean, I like looking at this in the bottle. It's just a beautiful, beautiful, pretty sort of explosion of different colours. But on the nail, it's a little bit lumpy and it's also a little bit too textured for me. So I am going to destash this one. But I'm definitely going to keep First Frost, and this is probably one of my favourite polishes of the year. I should wear it more often. That's Dolores from Arders Nails from the Westworld trio. So altogether I'm actually destashing 6 of these polishes, and I'm going to be keeping these 12 here. What I'm going to do with the polishes that have been gifted to me, I will pass on to other nail polish friends who I know will appreciate them. The ones that I've picked up myself, I will probably put on a destash page, but I'll probably do it all together actually in the next few weeks. I'll put that on one of the UK Facebook pages. But if anyone's in the UK is particularly interested in anything that I've shown, I'll let you know whether or not I'll be destashing it or just passing it on. And let me know what you think of these different types of bright blue finishes. And I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.